Hello everybody, this is Josh Play Place, and today we continue to expand our portless city of Port Austin in Cities Skylines 2. In this episode number 4. So let's see if we can actually build the first port in this city. Let's begin. In our last episode, I think we were very successful in creating this larger industrial zone or expanding the industrial area here. I think that's doing well. We have a little warning here, which we're gonna take care of it in a moment. And we also created our first, what I like to call a little suburb. Some people might say it's not a suburb. Some people say it might be. Let's just call it like that. There's no need for gatekeeping here. It's just a new neighborhood with streets that are just not straight, right? We have curves here, and we will change things a little bit more once we start unlocking more of these tiles. Right now we're doing well in terms of money. We're making a really healthy profit, and we are importing electricity, so I think that's something that we definitely need to tackle. But the first thing that we're gonna do is, as always, look into our info panel. So we're fine with water, and we need to do something about garbage. So let's see what we can do here. We unlocked the recycling center. It is a lot of money, but I think that even though we have loans, I think we can take a new loan. So we're gonna do, let's do just that. So let's accept, and let's place it here for now. Let's see if it fits first. It doesn't, so we need to figure out where to place it. I don't want to place it here because it's too close to the residential areas. You know what? Let's unlock this tile, or these two tiles actually, so we can place our recycling center. There you go. And let's take a look. Yeah, it should already be helping with processing. So we're gonna be sending all these trucks, and I think that's gonna be very, 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 very helpful for the city. We don't have coal, and garbage is piling up. That's interesting though. And we still have some money left. So let's try to figure out what is it that we can do here, because we are importing a lot of electricity, and that's not good for us. So let's look at the electricity for a little bit. So we are consuming a whole lot more. We're importing about 16 megawatt hours. And let's see what options we have in here. So we have the option of another coal plant, which is going to give us 20 megawatt hours. We have the option of now buying a gas power plant, but we don't have the money. A coal power plant, a bigger power plant, again, we don't have the money. Geothermal, we don't have the money. Nuclear, we don't have the money. And solar, we don't have the money. So I think another small coal power plant is going to be the only option. And we can do it. We'll put it here. It's not ideal, and again, we'll have to rethink all of these, but that will allow us to do two things. First of all, we won't need to buy electricity, which means that the service rate is going to be gone, which will help us with our monthly balance, because adding this huge recycling center is taking a lot of money from us. We're doing well in terms of processing, so we should be fine for right now. And again, we lowered our income, but once we start expanding a little bit more, that should work. And of course, we have mentioned how we want to do a harbor, and I think we have just enough money here, but we don't have enough for the cargo harbor, which I think is the one that I actually want to place. And I think this, if we unlock this, it will be a perfect place to do it. I think this is just perfect. So just for right now, and just to make sure that we have things ready, we should do that. And now let's focus just a little bit on what we can do here. If we unlock, let's see, we can unlock maybe these 2 more tiles, right? And I think we can actually create a little bit more of residential space here. So let me figure out what we are gonna do. Well, even with the expansion to our neighborhood, which I tried to do some curves in here, I am glad that the developers have allowed us to zone around the roundabout. That's something that you weren't able to do before the updates, so I think that's actually pretty cool. Let's try to put some mailboxes here to make sure they have access to that. And telecom, I think we should be fine for now. There should be no issues. Our profit was lower, but I think that's okay because we will be adding some more residents here. And I think what we can do is to add a little commercial zone in this area. I think that's gonna help us a lot, because people in this subdivision also need to have some stores. So let's see how that goes. And I think we can do squares for now, right? I think that should be fine. And we can add a little walkway here, and let's add commercial in there. Will be just great. And you know what? I think it's fine to put some higher density in here. So let's do that. Let's do the regular medium density housing, not the row housing, but I think this is gonna work really well here. That's gonna be just really nice. And yep, demand went down and then it went up again, which means that we need to add, let's add another couple more squares here. And just a reminder, yes, these can actually meet the frontage road, and that's something that we might want to do here, because it's okay. I mean, that's what happens in real cities, so I don't see why that should be an issue here. That's what the frontage road helps do, and that way we actually are able to add commercial in this area, and we are gonna add some more medium density residential, and of course there's need for more because we are creating a city that's actually good for growth. And as you can see, there's a lot of people coming into the city, so don't worry about the traffic when that happens. We still have a lot of needs, so I'm gonna do this. Let's do a mixed housing. Let's do that here. Let's do a high density housing here, and let's do medium density here. Now we have the Rubik apartments, and you know, I really don't care much about this. I know a lot of people do, but it wouldn't hurt to put something like that in here. So I guess we can place them. We can place them here by the expressway. I think that's gonna work really well. Let's delete these ones, and as you can see, we still have a lot of demand for low, medium, and high density. And as you can see, we've already started having issues with traffic. So let me tell you what I do in this type of intersection. So as you can see here, if you turn right in here, you have the option to go straight, to go left, and to go right. And usually how I've seen this work a little bit better, and I'll tell you why in a bit, is to actually have this road only go right, this road not to go left, this road to only go right, and this road not to go left. So let's pause the game, or no, let's just let it go. But before we do that, we need to actually change something, and that is to change this road to one-way streets, because that has to be part of the to solve the problem. There you go. And you know what? Sure, let's wait for the other one. There should be no left here, and there should be no going straight, right? In here there should be no going left. In here should be no left and not going straight. And in here it should be not going left. So as you can see, and I like the fact that it shows in there how things are gonna work. Basically this should run a little bit smoother, and we can actually do I wish we could actually do only turning right for this lane, but you know, it's not possible. And in here we're gonna do the same thing. Nobody in here should be able to turn left or go straight. In here nobody should be able to go left. In here nobody should be able to go left or go straight. And in here nobody should be able to go left. And what this does is basically, if you're coming from the right and you want to go into the expressway, you can only go to the right, right? If you're going through this frontage road and you wanna get here, so what you have to do is go straight, go right, and then keep on going right. And that should be like a faster way to do it. Of course, right now we have a lot of traffic because of the zoning that we added, so that should be fine. And that's how I think things work a little bit better into our city. So right now, I think I actually need to, we might have made a little bit of a mistake, but we'll try to fix it right now. Oh, I think we should be fine. I think this is kinda good. I kinda don't like this, but we'll see what we're gonna do. So for now, let's just add maybe one more square to this, and maybe this is the one that's gonna be coming into the frontage road. And the frontage road is basically a road that's not as fast as the highway, but not as slow as this street. So it's a different type of road. I wish we could do something regarding that, because also there should be nobody parking. And the only way that we can accomplish that is either to make this a 3-lane road, which we more than likely we will as our city grows, or to actually have no sidewalk, which is something that we actually need to do, at least for here. There should be nobody parking on the frontage road. And we're actually gonna try to do the same thing here, making sure that nobody goes left or right. Here, no left, no left, no left, no left, and in here, not going straight and not going straight.
This has been a local public service announcement.
We're gonna do the same thing, not going straight, we're going straight, no left, no left, no left, and no left. So let's see how these people are gonna scramble to try to get to where they want to get.
This has been a local public service announcement.
This is
And
radio classical for the
you know what?
age.
Let's
Unlike
already
most
update this
music,
to
classical has always been penned by someone sitting
a
in
one-way
front
street,
seat of
and same thing here.
using only
Well, as you can see, it's not perfect. Of course, there's no perfection when it comes to transit. But I think it keeps the flow going. As you can see, it's already diminishing. I personally don't understand how people can park here. Honestly, don't know. What we can do here, which is very needed, is to add a parking lot. So let's see if we can do that very large parking lot. There you go. It's gonna fit perfectly. Make sure that we don't charge. And we're gonna add just a little bit of vegetation here, because I think that's gonna help this area look a little bit nicer. Now we have the option to select the age of the trees. I think that's very helpful, because I do believe the trees took a long time to grow. So yeah, I think that's a win for everybody. And I think we should add another parking lot. This is something that it's always difficult to figure out what to do with. So let's first of all let's try to fix this intersection, and let's brace. And by bracing, I mean making sure that things don't get messy or broken. So let's take this out And yeah, I think this is gonna work perfect, kinda. Mm, I don't want to, but I think we should add a little roundabout here. You know what? Let's just leave it like that. And I think we can do the same thing here. Again, let's just brace this, making sure that nothing gets messed up. And I think this is gonna work really well here. And I think the only other one should be here. There you go. It's not perfect, but again, there's no perfection in cities, especially larger cities or cities that are gonna grow. One thing I do want to do is, first of all, take off the traffic lights. Right, I think there's one here. Let's take it off, and there's nothing here. And as you can see, these got a little bit messed up. I don't understand how that works, but let's try to redo it. That's something that I completely dislike from this game. You just think things just get messy somehow. Our roads get messy somehow. We're just gonna leave these two here, and okay. So there you go. And it's kind of wonky. It should be fine. In here, I think we can do some commercial. Definitely, we can do some commercial. Is there a little park that we can place in here? A small plaza, that's too big. We'll place something here pretty soon. And I do think this is perfect for more commercial. We're just gonna place it there and wait until we get more demand. And I think this area is looking really nice. A little bit more organic with lower, shorter buildings, with medium-sized buildings, with higher buildings. And I think that's something that looks a little bit more organic than just having just tall buildings everywhere, or just like that, just because. That's something that we're gonna have to do here too. Unfortunately, I do think this portless city will continue to be portless for a while because we don't have money. And even though we are going fast, this is just not enough for us. And I do not want to take another loan because it's taking some of our money already. But let's take a look at something that is becoming a little bit of issues. It's giving us a little bit of a couple of issues, and that's these roads. I think it might be time to convert them into 3-lane roads, or not, at least not for now. Let's wait and see how it goes, right? We can zone just a little bit more here, and sure, let's try to zone whatever's left here. Right, again, these are still grids, but at least they're a little bit more asymmetrical grids. And again, that works well when you're starting and growing the city. That should help us with getting more money for our city. See, we're already growing our surplus. I think the only other thing that we can do here is maybe extend this road here, or not. Let's wait for that, because we are gonna need. And we got milestone 9, which again, we still don't have enough money, but we'll get there pretty soon. Somehow the demand for commercial is going down really fast. Okay, kind of weird, but okay. And I think we're gonna have to change how this road is going once we unlock another tile here. But again, I don't want to unlock another tile. So let's see if we can do one more block here. And we can do, let's continue doing medium density. And the other thing that we can do is transform this into high density. Right? That should help us just a little bit. Again, our city is growing, and I'm glad that we're able to take care of that. In here, maybe it is time just to run a road right here. And take off the light, like with every other intersection. And then let's zone for, we can zone for high density now. Let's zone these ones for high density. And just regular density for this one. Again, this parking lot is completely full, which means that there's a lot of need for parking, which we should be able to deal with pretty soon. We might want to do another parking lot here. I kind of want to unlock, well, we have the underground parking. It's 150,000, but we are almost there for the cargo harbor, and that's something that I do want to do. So that's what we are gonna do next. But I think we can do just a little bit more of zoning, and we're gonna do it here. Let's add a little bit of commercial, and I think that's gonna be okay. And maybe add, let's continue with this road here. And we'll continue adding more zoning, just again because we do need the revenue. And I think we should be fine with doing this here, to having some row, medium density row housing here. And let's upgrade this one too. And just for the sake of it, let's add some more low density commercial here, and some low density residential here. Add a walkway here, and this should be able to take care of itself in a bit. Maybe we can add a little parking lot, well, not a little parking lot, but this large parking lot here. I think that should be fine for now. And one more thing before we leave this area, which is to add some trees. So that's that. We're having issues with the need for ambulances, so let's take a look in here. Let's add more ambulances, and that should help us really quick. There you go. We're being dispatched already. And I think we already have that there. Last but not least, let's continue this.
A driving advisory has been issued for the immediate area due to
fast
poor
forwarding.
road conditions. Please
There's
exercise
a couple of
caution
things
as
that
you
we
must
need to figure out.
and
First of
try to
all,
stay off the streets until conditions
if we want to do this,
This has been a local
where
public
is our
service
closest
announcement.
line? So we still have to
Driving
unlock
advisory has been issued for the immediate
a couple
area
more
due to poor
blocks.
road conditions.
And that's where
Please
I
exercise
don't like the
caution as
fact
you must
that
drive, and try to stay off
you
the
pay
streets until
for
conditions improve. This has been a local
for that
public
stuff,
service
right?
announcement.
The fact that you have to pay
That
for
was truly superb.
tiles that
Your masterful counterpart. You're listening to
you know
Second Moon
you
Radio,
shouldn't have to
the
pay for.
station of levitating
But that's how it
ghosts.
goes.
Don't touch that dial.
At least it's not that much this time. So now we have no money, of course, because we had to buy that. But we're preparing everything, so that should be fine. We can do medium seaway, so already let's prepare this and get it ready for that.
Good to know, Jim. Seems like everyone is in a hurry.
Let's take a look at the traffic problems here, at the traffic issues. Again, this should be fine. Let's just... I forgot that we had a light here, another here. So this should flow a whole lot better, I think. Yeah, I don't know why there's only one coming here, but okay. And I think we have some here too. There's something that I want to do, which is something that we couldn't do before, again without having mods, but I think this is gonna work really well. Alright, that looks actually pretty cool. And we have to make sure that this works, we have to take off this here, and we're not gonna let people turn right. If you're gonna turn right, you have to do it here. Maybe we can do something similar. I don't think that's a big issue here. Let's see. Sure, I guess make it a little bit more symmetrical. Let's just take up all of these. There you go. And again, you know, as soon as you start growing the city, you're gonna have traffic issues. Like in here, you know, there's that's an accident. So I think I'm really happy that we have grown our city that way we have. I think it's feeling very organic, and it's feeling very, very nice. And I do think that we are doing our growth for the city really well. Here, the cemetery, we should be fine. Yeah, we're fine with that. We don't care about or worry about that yet. And I think this looks really, really cool. With the exception that, yeah, I don't think you can do that much when it comes to this. But let's make sure that nobody parks in this area. There you go. Same thing here. Okay, and we need to make sure to take off these crossings. There you go. Again, I know there might be people who might be walking all the way here, and that's fine. That's actually great. But yeah, and one more thing, let's just, even though I don't like to do it like this, but let's just put a barrier in the middle. There you go. That way nobody parks there. I actually think this looks pretty cool. Again, it's not perfect, and I'm sure that once you get mods, again, I don't play with mods, but once you get mods and some assets, this can look even better. And we haven't even played with any of the surfaces yet. Again, because I don't wanna deal with it yet, right? I think it's a pretty cool thing, but we'll figure out. Okay, So before we finish this episode, which we need to do already, we are gonna place our cargo harbor in here. So let's do that first. We're gonna do let's do that here. Actually, let's do it like this. We can always change everything and redo things, right? That's not a big deal. Let's add some roads, just regular roads. And let's just give them access really quick. Again, this is not gonna be the way that it stays. I just wanna have our ports already working. So the first things first, so we're gonna do one here, and this one exits here. Okay. It doesn't want to work. So that's gonna give us issues because it doesn't want to work. But yeah, you can see that I haven't played with these that often. But there's something that we can do. That is purchase this and make our own pathway here. There you go. See? We're gonna go here. I think the issue is with this. Let's try to figure out what's wrong with this. No, so let's just bulldoze this. Let's try to do it with this one. There you go. This one with this one, so we're fine. This actually look pretty cool. And let's start a new one here and here. The issues with this one we'll figure out on our next one. The pathfinding for that is a little bit wonky. And one last one here. And let's terraform this. Try to make it a little bit more to be able to get this road here, because I think that's what's gonna work. That's what's gonna work a whole lot better. Do all of these here, and let's soften that here, because what we're gonna do is we're gonna have this road, and we're gonna do the regular 4-lane road. So we're gonna do this, and then we're gonna connect it here. We're gonna update this, and of course it gets messy and wonky. Let's pause the game for a little bit, so we can actually upgrade this, make sure that everything works well enough. So let's see if we can. There you go. I think that's okay for now. Right? We just don't want to mess things up. And this one, let's draw the road here. Let's brace this here. And let's do a curved road from here. There you go. We'll take this off. We'll leave it just there for now. Let's take off light. It's a little bit frustrating that you cannot put a roundabout in these situations, right? But I mean, that's how it is. And in here, I think we're gonna be able. We're using this one, so let me upgrade to this. There you go, we're fine. And in here we can do one-way streets if we want to, but not right now. So we're gonna do like this, and then like this, and then like this. It is a bit of a harsh. You know what? Let's try to do it again. As you can see, it's starting to work really, really, really well. Let's try one more thing before we finish, and that's to make this a little bit bigger. Yeah, we're having issues with that. I don't know why.
Please exercise caution if you must improve.
Let's see if maybe this
has been a local
helps.
public service announcement. A driving
Nope.
advisory has been issued for the immediate area due to
We'll
poor
try to
road
figure out
conditions. Please
what's wrong with that,
exercise caution if you must
because we do need
and try to
we
stay
do
off
need
the
to
streets until conditions
be able
improve.
to use it. So
This has been a local public
finally, the city of Port Austin has a port, and it only took us 4 episodes to do it. I think it works really well. I think we've been able to make our city a whole lot better. And I think we were able to finally be able to place this. We did get in debt, but little by little that should be able to go away. Even though we're gonna have a little bit of an issue here, because now we have a port that's gonna take some more money. But as you can see here, we already are doing well. So what did we accomplish? You know what? We don't have money for it, but let's just put a small medical clinic, and we're gonna place it here. Okay. So what did we accomplish today? Well, first of all, we were able to add this small high density area. We have high density residential, we have a little bit of high density commercial. I think we should add the high density commercial here. And we added our first unique building, or in this case, the signature buildings. Unique is from City Skylines 1. We're still having issues with traffic, and that's completely fine, right? That's fine. The city is growing, and that's gonna be a thing. Thankfully, you know, I don't know why this person is going straight. They shouldn't be able to do that. Again, this game isn't perfect, right? So we're able to create this little high density area, which looks really nice. We were able to expand our little suburb subdivision here, a little neighborhood, which also I think looks really nice. You can see that now that with the roundabouts you can have zoning here, which is pretty cool. We left some space here for a school, so that's what's going to be next. We kept adding more to this area, and I think we're going to continue the road here just to get into the frontage road, and I think this area is growing very nicely. We also added a recycling center, which is working really well, as we can see here in the garbage management. We also added a small coal power plant because we needed to do that, and now we don't have any trade going on against us. It's in our favor. And we finally were able to add this freight harbor into our town. I think that's really cool. We finally have a harbor. We finally have a port. And that's where we are going to end this episode. As always, I want to thank you for watching, liking, and subscribing. If you have any question, comments, concerns, or suggestions, because of course you're gonna have them, please make sure to leave them in the comment section. So once again, thank you for watching this episode 4 of Port Austin in Cities Skylines 2. We'll see each other in our next episode. Thank you.